Good morning, students. So today we'll be dealing how the respiration in plants actually takes place. But before studying how the process of respiration it takes place in plants, there are two important things to remember. First, that the respiration, the energy released through respiration is mainly used for two purposes. First of all, for carrying out various life processes, and secondly, it is stored as fuel. Okay. So since the respiration in plants, the plants are fixed at a place. So which means they do not require much energy. So the requirement of energy in plants is less than in animals because the plants are fixed at a place. The respiration process in plants is same as that of animals. But there is one major difference, that the respiration in plants is carried out individually by each and every part of the stem. For example, the stem carries out respiration individually, the leaves they carry out respiration individually, the roots they carry out the separate respiration individually. Now we will be dealing one by one how the process of respiration it actually takes place in, first of all, roots. Since roots, these are inside the soil. So what happens? In roots, what happens? Finely root hairs are present. Also, in between the soil, what happens? There are very small air pores are present. Air spaces are present, and these air spaces they also contain oxygen. Now what happens with the help of these root hairs? These plants they absorb the oxygen which is present inside the cell in between the soil particles, and this oxygen is used by the roots for carrying out the process of respiration. Now when we talk about the stem, this stem, if it is a soft stem, green stem, herbaceous, which means in herbaceous plants, the process of respiration in herbaceous plants is carried out by the stomata which are present on the stem also, because these are green stem. So there is a opening called as the stomata in the stem through which the diffusion of respiratory gases, this is carbon dioxide and oxygen, takes place. So the process of respiration in the herbaceous plants it is carried out with the help of stomata, which helps in the diffusion of respiratory gases. The oxygen diffuses in while the carbon dioxide diffuses out. But this was the case of herbaceous plants. Not all the stems are green. So all the stems do not contain stomata in it. But in some stems which are woody, they do not contain stomata. They have small openings or cracks called as lenticels in them. So the respiration in a stem is generally carried out by two processes, two structures. First is the stomata. It takes place only in green stem, green plants. Okay, and second is the lenticels. So these are the two structures specifically for carrying out respiration in a stem. Now the third process is how that process of respiration it takes place in leaves. In leaves what happens? Small pores called as the stomata are present. The same stomata which we did in the previous lectures, through which the process of photosynthesis takes place. The process of respiration, the exchange of gases in leaves, it takes place through the stomata only. So the process of respiration it is also carried out by the same stomatal openings which are present on the leaf surface. Now what happens? During the daytime, the process of photosynthesis carries out. Also the process of respiration is also carried out. So whatever the carbon dioxide is released by the plants during the daytime by the process of respiration, it is used up by the plants. And this carbon dioxide which is used up is used in the process of photosynthesis. So the main gas which is released during the day is only oxygen. We all know what is photosynthesis process. The formation of food by the plants is with the help of sunlight energy. Is called as photosynthesis process, and oxygen is released in this process. While the respiration is just opposite. See, C6H12O6 plus O2 gets converted into carbon dioxide and water. So the photosynthesis and respiration are just two opposite processes. One involves the formation of food, while the other involves the breakdown of the food. In one process, the carbon dioxide and the water are combining to form food and releases oxygen. In other process, oxygen is being used up and carbon dioxide and water and energy is released. So during the daytime, the main gas released is oxygen. But what happens? The process of respiration, it carries out throughout the day, throughout night. But the process of photosynthesis occurs only during the day. So what happens during the night? What happens? The process of respiration is continuous. So during the night also the breakdown of food will take place. So the carbon dioxide will be released. So the plants, that's why the plant releases carbon dioxide during the night and oxygen during the day. So this was the process, how the process of respiration is carried out in plants. In the next lecture we will be dealing how the process of respiration, it actually carries out in animals, different animals. Let it be unicellular animals and multicellular